Hello, my butterflies. Setting healthy boundaries for the S words. And we are on number 2, I think. Number 3, sorry. And the S words. When you identify the need to set a boundary, so do it clearly without anger, in as few as words as possible. Not justify yourself or apologize for it, or rationalize the boundary you are setting. You don't have to explain it. It's just usually natural respect. The other person should get it. So, and do not argue. Just set the boundary calmly and firmly and clearly and respectfully, and be consistent. Don't let them cross it again once you set it. You can't set a boundary and take care of someone else's feelings at the same time. Unfortunately, you are not responsible for the other person's reaction to the boundary you are setting, and you are only responsible for communicating the boundary in a respectful manner. If others get upset with you, that is their problem, and if they no longer want your friendship, then you are probably better off without them. So you do not need friends who disrespect your boundaries. And we all have healthy boundaries that we need to set. So at first, you will probably feel selfish, guilty, or embarrassed when you set a boundary. Do it anyway. You'll be sorry if you don't, because all these problems you're experiencing with that person will continue and get worse. And tell yourself you have a right to take care of yourself. Setting boundaries takes practice and determination. But when you feel angry or resentment, or find yourself whining or complaining, you probably need to set a boundary. Listen to yourself and then determine what you need to do or say. When you are confident you can set healthy boundaries with others, you will have less need to put up walls, and you will feel much more mature in control of your life, of course. When you set boundaries, you might be tested, especially by those accustomed to controlling you, abusing you, or manipulating you. So plan on it, expect it, but be firm. Remember, your behavior must match the boundaries that you're setting, and you cannot establish a clear boundary successfully if you send mixed messages by apologizing for doing it. Most people are willing to respect your boundaries, but some are not. Be prepared to be firm about your boundaries when they are not being respected. If necessary, put up a wall by ending the relationship. And I think the best thing to do is limit contact for sure. And if necessary, put up a wall. But in extreme cases, you might have to involve the police or the judicial system by sending a no-contact letter or obtaining a restraining order. Learning to set healthy boundaries takes time. You will set boundaries when you are ready, but it's your growth in your own time frame, not what someone else tells you. So develop a support system of people who respect your right to set boundaries, and eliminate toxic persons from your life. Those who want to manipulate you, abuse you, and control you, that's what they thrive on, and they need it. But my comments: in times of suffering, it seems our defense mechanisms will come forth and measure what we can or cannot handle at the time, and block much of it. But later on, when it's our own idea, we will want to tell our story as much as possible and try to make sense of it all. And there's no need to force anyone to tell or remember all the details, and if and when the person needs to bring this forth, it will be of their own choosing and timing, and it is very important when they do share their story to give as much support as possible and be sensitive to how much they're affected by sharing it. Be sure to titrate the session to what they can handle. Another thing to do is make all of your statements about yourself questions instead of final statements. This will help so you are not feeding the alarm system in the brain. So, if you can understand what that means. By Julianne Geddes. I wrote a song when struggling with my challenges because the music I receive helps me fly above my trials. Words by Marnie Hayes Burns. See, sometimes music helps us so everything doesn't overwhelm us. Words by Marnie Burns. My daughter. There's a little girl inside her heart. She's lost and hurt. She's in the dark. Yes, it's over now. It's over. There's a tiny soul still trying to be the little girl she couldn't see. And she still remembers. Please let this flower bloom. I wish I could have helped her. What was she like? I tried to know, but I can't imagine what she hoped for. Her little hands, her teary eyes. Did she believe the wicked lies? Please let her go. She wanted love she couldn't find. She couldn't trust. She couldn't hide. A million stars in the sky tonight she would have wished a million times. The morning may have brought her peace, or that special dolly she came to need, and the puzzle pieces just never fit there in her life. And as the trail of helplessness subsides, there's a light. She will forever look back. It's better this way. It's over now. It's over. Delicate is she today. She's given all her strength away and has made the world a better place. Thank you for that, Marnie. You have a lot of empathy. That's very valuable. So, number 4, struggling. Getting into physical shape. Are you struggling with that? 2 things I think you need to do consistently each day. Keep an eating journal. Number 1. Write down honestly all that you eat for the day, and then you can kind of look it over and decide what you need to change. And breakfast, lunch, supper, and snacks. If it was too much, write down what you need to follow. So we will gain control by keeping track of our daily eating. And number 2, do leg lifts 5 to 6 days a week. This is a totally body workout. Lay on your side and lift your legs up and down as far as you can. Hold them up for a few seconds and work your way up to 50 or 100 times on each leg. If you do this consistently, you will get results. The word of wisdom says, stay away from too much of anything, foods or substances that you know are not good for you. Everything in moderation, right? Struggling with relationships. Whatever our struggle in a relationship is, we will benefit by applying these few quick references into our lives as we try to maintain our relationships. Contract idea, here it is. This can work in many different situations as a couple or a family group. Remember, it takes 2. We all have strengths and weaknesses, so it's never just one person causing problems. But if you want to have a great relationship with someone, study the virtues. The one virtue that is most essential in a relationship is consideration for each other. So find someone who gives you the same consideration that you give them. So here's the contract idea. Simply make a contract. One thing you want the other to change, they have to also try to change one thing you want them to change. Now stick to just one thing now. Don't go all over the place. What's the one most important thing you would like your partner to change? But the relationship can grow. It's usually the same thing over and over that blocks relationships. Did you realize? If one is not doing their part to the contract, then the other one does not have to either. It can only be one thing at a time. And this does not always work the first tries, but one must remember that it will take a few tries and never give up. It takes time to change, so post it on the fridge along with the signed contract. This will take a few times to get the hang of it. Each time one of you fails, the other is off the hook, does not have to keep their promise. But if you want to succeed, the key is to agree to start over and support one another and give each other time to work on this one promise. It's important to keep working on the contract you made with one another. So there it is. It's pretty simple. Struggling with addiction, reach out for support. The solution to this problem may not be that hard. You need to find out why do you feel down when you're alone, and if the reason was unresolved problems, then at least start to take action. Or if the reason was lack of self-confidence, then start to build your confidence. Whatever you feel the root cause is, just find it and then try to take action towards removing it, rather than escaping into temporary addiction that will solve nothing. So take responsibility for your feelings. Are you struggling with anger? Take responsibility for the anger you exhibit. It's your actions. There is no place for blame. Number 1, take responsibility and power. Accept that anger is a choice of when, how, and if to express it or not. So, make a commitment to avoid using anger to control, or intimidate, or punish others. Number 2, unresolved thing. Okay, what are we working on here? Which S word is this? Struggling. Are you struggling with unresolved anger from past abuse? It can be therapeutically vented in a safe counseling setting using methods such as role play and empty chair. Number 3, the healthy expression of anger in a relationship can be achieved with a single, non-judgmental, assertive statement. I feel angry when you blank. Describe to the observable behavior to the other. Describe thus observable effects on your life. What does it do to your life? Example, I feel angry when you don't call to let me know you will be late, because then I can't plan my evening. The passive person who's afraid to raise issues at all can leave out the feeling word. Perhaps substitute a soft emotion of sadness or fear for the word angry. If you're not angry, it might be just making you sad. Do not vent anger towards others or accuse others. Avoid you statements such as you always or you never. Understand that there is always a story behind others' behavior, and remain open to understanding the story so that the angry person does not have to rely on anger to make his point. Does that angry person feel like you will listen? So for offering criticism or negative feedback, try asking permission first. Always avoid physical violence, hitting, throwing, slamming, blaming, judgmental terms, name-calling, threats, yelling, and sarcastic tones and put-downs. Don't do those. You're just making it worse. So focus on current issues and avoid bringing up past, as people often disagree on the memories of what happened. So agree to disagree on the past and then bring the discussion back to the present issue. That's a good one. We don't all do that, do we? Okay, my leg is going to sleep. Number 9. Okay, we're going to 27. There's a lot about anger here. Okay, struggling. We're still on the S word. There's quite a bit on it. Okay, after struggling, they're starving. I didn't write a lot about that, but then there's sinning. So, on the next video, we will continue to do anger, struggling with anger. That's the anger, struggling with anger.